the princess, the professors, the doctors, may I simply say, our practicals observed. I am greatly honored to be given this opportunity of delivering a speech at this well-coordinated and organized event. And it's really a worthy remembering event in my life because it has touched me in many different spheres of life. Since the time I came here, I've really enjoyed my stay in the Netherlands, and I've really enjoyed the hospitality that have been given to me by the management of MsM, and the people around me have been hospitable to me, and I appreciate that. First and foremost, there is need for us to send a clear message to the world on all fronts. And that message we are talking about concerns all the graduating students of MsM. The world is looking up to you for the delivery of a society that rekindles justice, fairness, humanness, and sustainable development in a changing world. Ladies and gentlemen, let us remember that we cannot call others to virtues that we ourselves do not make an effort to practice. Let us remember that in order for others to do what we are saying, we must always lead by example. The world is in dire need of people who can offer their time, skills, knowledge, as well as principles without the thought for return. The world is in dire need of gallant men and women gathered here. And with the knowledge you've attained from the Maastricht School of Management, you need to apply that knowledge in your respective disciplines. In order for the world to develop, in order for the world to reach wherever it wants to reach, in order for the developed countries to develop, it needs our wisdom and our knowledge that we've attained from MsM. All the poets and the heroes look up to hard work, humanness, fairness, and those three things can only thrive on humility, justice, and sacrifice. And in order for the world to develop, in order for the world to go forward, it needs our initiatives. The world also needs people who can acknowledge their strong points and use them. People who can find their weak points and strengthen them. People who can find their goals, identify them, and achieve them in the end. And you among those people I've mentioned. You are the gallant men and women the world is seeking. The world is seeking initiatives. The world is seeking knowledge. And the world is seeking good principles. We cannot build the future in the future. If we want to achieve anything, this is the right time to do that. And I stress, this is the right time to do that. Because we cannot build the future into the future. Hence, our actions, our positive actions, will determine the prosperity of the world in the next generation. And I would also like to make mention that in the world, we've got different governments, different cultures, people have got different principles and different things. But we need to understand that change is also very important. Because if the world changes and we do not change, our principles cease to exist. And they just ossify into dogma. But another thing, ladies and gentlemen, we shouldn't change to forget our principles, our norms, and our values. But we should change to fulfill them and not lose our identity, but to keep our relevance. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank MsM and everybody gathered here. Thank you very much, and I'm really honored to be given this opportunity. Thank you.
Your Royal Highness, Princess Maxima, Your Excellencies, and ladies and gentlemen, like him, it is also an honor for me to be here today and also to speak to all of you on this very important day. It's also a very important day in my life. This is the first time I'm speaking in such a place, and I'm very grateful for this honor. It was left open to me as to what I should say today, so I picked 3 things that are really close to my heart that I'd like to tell the graduates, and also these things apply to everyone that is here. And these things that I'd like to talk about are knowledge, dreams, and integrity. Knowledge, to start with, we all know is very important. We have so many sayings about knowledge. Knowledge is the key to success, and so many more. However, knowledge is not very useful to us all if we do not have wisdom, because wisdom is knowledge that is well applied. And the graduates, I am sure that having been at MsM, you have gained a lot of knowledge. You have been taught by the people at MsM, the citizens of Maastricht and Netherlands, and also the city itself teaches you so many things. It comes with it a rich history. And so, for this knowledge to be useful to everyone else, you must indeed be wise. And the environment that is there at MsM, I am sure you have gained that wisdom that you need. Equipped with this wisdom that you have gained, you'll be able to improve your countries when you go back, and also not just your countries and yourselves, but also other people, and to improve the earth. It has been a very refining experience being in Maastricht to me, and I can imagine what it has been like for the rest of you who have been here for a year, many months. And equipped with this refinement, I am sure that indeed you will make everyone who has met you and gotten a chance to speak to you proud. When you have this refining and this knowledge that you have gained, it makes you indebted to society. Everyone who has graduated has a debt to pay to society. It is now up to you to encourage yet others and also to render any assistance to them so that they too may have the privileges that were bestowed upon you, and so that they too may be able to have an opportunity to accomplish their dreams as you have yours. Which brings me to my next point. I'd like to talk about dreams. Dreams are very important. Our dreams help us to have hope for the future, to also survive the circumstances that we're living in, and they give us the strength and the desire to strive harder for excellence and to achieve it. However, it is important that not only should we dream, but that we should dream in color and not in black and white. I'm sure you're wondering what is the difference between the two. If you dream in black and white, you will work hard to achieve your dreams, but at some point in your life, you will settle and you will stop striving. You become stagnant. Those, however, who dream in color do not do that. If you dream in color, you will definitely achieve your dreams, but you will keep on dreaming and you'll keep on achieving those new dreams. You keep on being great at what you're doing, making yourself a better person and the earth a better place for everyone else. The last thing I'd like to talk about is integrity. Integrity reminds us all of who we truly are on the inside, and hence it places great emphasis on the refining that you have received being part of MsM. Integrity will help us to be ethical and also reasonable in all our dealings. It helps us to think of the person who is next to us and the earth at large before we think of anything that we want to do. Integrity will also help us to attach ourselves to noble causes, causes that benefit the most vulnerable in our societies and the least disadvantaged. Integrity is indeed a great virtue which all of us should strive to have. Integrity will also help us to make sure that we remember that the actions that we carry out today will affect our future, not just our future as individuals, but also the futures of the planet that we live in and the futures of our children and those to come. The world that we live in is a dynamic world, and hence it calls for a constantly evolving society, a society of innovators such as you, the graduates. And so I'd like to wish everyone who is present here 3 things: that you have wisdom, that you dream in color, and that you have integrity. Thank you.